Hi, my run through the Final Destination series came to an end with Final Destination 5 from 2011. Once again, it's a series of people trying to escape death after one of them has a premonition of an impending catastrophe. They and various others manage to escape, but death is determined not to let their plans for them be unfulfilled, and so picks them off in a variety of hideous traps. Unlike the previous film, this is actually a massive improvement. We have a new writer in Eric Heisserer, who would go on to be Oscar nominated for the film Arrival, a new director in Steven Quale, and a new catastrophe to start the movie with the collapse of a bridge, where the main character and various others from his works outing at a manufacturing plant are able to escape. Then follows a series of traps rather like the previous movies, but the accidents that befall the characters are much more believable. They're not caused by their own stupidity or things that don't work that way in real life. They're caused by chance and happenstance that death seems to be just nudging, things that just slightly unlikely to happen, but would definitely happen in real life. And the complexity of some of them, like a gymnastic sequence, which I thought was very cleverly engineered, it really appeals. It's much more in tone with the very strong second film, which had that intelligence and complexity and the believable characters, as well as a really lovely, ghoulish sense of humour. There's also some more twists on the story. The characters are more engagingly written, and they come up with a new concept to examine the idea of how to escape death's plan, which is substituting a life for a life if you kill someone to take your place within death's program, which allows more character conflict. It's topped off by a twist at the end, which reveals the movie is actually set before the original film in the series and ties the whole thing off into a very satisfying closed loop. I thought it was really superb, very enjoyable, uh, really well engineered, entertaining, engaging, with some interesting characters and good performances. A surprise appearance by Dave Koechner in a supporting role, better known for the Anchorman movies or The Office here in a horror picture. And another appearance by Tony Todd as the mysterious Mr. Bloodworth, who seems to know far more about how death works than seems to be normal, despite his presence as a coroner. But I like this quite a lot, and it sends the series out on a high, even though it has since come back with Final Destination Bloodlines, which has been the best reviewed film in the series, been the most commercially successful. I plan on catching it at some point. Hopefully, it lives up to the reputation of the second and fifth films in the series. At least I know what order to watch them in now. That seems to be the correct sequence.